Yo, what's good with y'all? Hope everything's alright with you. You walk with God, you be blessed by God. Simple as that. Today's a little bit different. Usually I show FL Studio based tutorials. I show how I make beats in FL Studio. But today I am trying something different, something new. Just because recently it felt a bit uninspiring. I kind of hit the plateau. Or simply I wasn't inspired enough. So I just found another mountain to climb on. This happened to be Logic Pro 11. I just want to show you how I made my first beat without knowing anything about Logic Pro and just basically Googling and YouTubing my way into this. Here's the beat. Recently, there has been a couple of tracks dropped by a duo, Clipse, and that's Pusha T and No Malice, or Malice. I'm not even sure, and I believe they're brothers. Frankly, I have never really heard about Clipse previously. Shame on me, but whatever. Clipse is releasing 2 tracks. First one, Ace Trumpets. I really love the production. I love the flow. It sounds good. It sounds great. It sounds amazing out of the speakers. You know, it's a good bop for the car. It's kind of a spin-off of a Never Dying Kendrick versus Drake battle, where one party clearly has won but continues victory laps, and Clipse is a part of that victory as far as I can tell. Whatever, that's besides the point. All of the album, or most of it, is being produced by Pharrell. Judging by the first 2 released tracks, the production is gonna be pretty good. I love the vibe so far. On the second track, called So Be It, there is some sort of either East Indian or Middle Eastern melody that's being sampled, and I was wondering, what did he sample? The best place to find out is whosampled.com. So Be It by Clipse. Producer Pharrell Williams, 1970s, Talal Mada. Talal Mada was a Saudi Arabian musician and composer. He was named Mada after his mother's family and was commonly nicknamed as the Earth's Voice. He had a substantial influence over 20th century Arabian culture. We're sampling some big Saudi Arabian musician, which is pretty honorable to me. So I dug through some of his music, and I must say it sounds really good. I love it. Obviously, I can't read Arabic, and I decided that I'm going to actually use a few parts of this and see what I can come up with. Since this is my very first beat in Logic Pro, so please spare me. If you are the Logic Pro producer, feel free to roast me in the comments. I really don't care. Here's what happened. So I downloaded the track, I chopped it into pieces. First of all, I tempo matched it, and I already forgot how to do that, believe it or not, but I'm sure you're a smart guy, right? You could just Google how to tempo sync a track to the tempo of your project, right? 3 minutes, so don't worry, you'll be okay. Okay, off you go. Okay, so now that you tempo synced your track to the project, find the part that you like. As you can see, I cut it in a few places. This was the first chop that I actually used, and in order to sample it, drag it onto the lower track. It asks you what you want to open, and you would probably want to open the Quick Sampler Original. I can't remember what the optimized stands for. Trust me, just choose original, you'll be okay. There's a few things we need to establish before we can actually sample. So for polyphony, we choose mono. That way, when it chops and you play the chops, they don't overlap, so they don't play over each other. Click on this button, follow tempo. That way it's tempo synced, obviously. I changed my speed to half speed. Next, you want to go to slice, and that's obviously way too many slices, and they're way too small, like a micro chopping, unless you like that, but I don't. So slicing to equal divisions, and now I have 16 slices, which you can control right here. You can change to any amount of slices you want, and like I said, 16 is the optimal for me. Now, in order to play these chops, if you don't have MIDI keyboard, you can press Command K on your Mac, and this brings this musical typing keyboard. Tells you which keys to play. Now you can play your chops. By the way, if you do need to change pitch, it's right here. Here's the melody that I came out with. Don't worry worry about it sounding choppy and kind of off grid. You can always adjust these markers if you need to, if you know there's clicks and pop, or if you need to start your chop a little bit later or earlier after you press record button. Here you can adjust your notes. This is pretty similar to what FL Studio looks like, if you know what I mean. If you need to extend your chop, you can do that. You need to shorten your chop, it's right here. I'll play this melody the way it sounds after I've adjusted everything. Then I thought if I use the same thing for the rest of the track, that would get quite boring. So I decided to get another part for the hook. I'm just gonna play another sequence of chops that I recorded. And there's one more part that I used for the bridge. So there you go. Here's how to sample. I had a lot of fun, but I can also quickly show you how to add drums so you're not as frustrated as I was, because to be honest with you, the simplest thing takes you forever. You have to Google, you have to search on YouTube. Stuff is just more time consuming. But I mean, in the end, when you figure it out, it's like, that's okay. Okay, I see. And find this browser button right here, top right corner. You're gonna open your browser, go to your folder with all your drum kits, all your sounds. I'm already in mine. Here's my collection of sounds. I go to Steven Schaefer. Shout out to Steven Schaefer. Whatever, doesn't matter. We're gonna drag it into this field where the tracks are, and we're gonna drop it onto the drum machine designer. So this opens this MPC looking plugin, and now you can drop other sounds onto any other button that you see here. For example, we'll take this kick, we'll take a clap, and you get the idea. Then after you've added all of your sounds onto these pads here, under this drop down menu is all these sounds. You can rename this one into drum designer. Go to step sequencer and program it right here. Just click it in where you need to. Click on this one, same thing. Step sequencer. Here's your kick. I don't know why it does it here. Oh, I guess. Okay. See, I'm still figuring stuff out. So I'm gonna delete all that, but I'm going to show you what exactly I did here. And you can see that under my drum designer, I have 808, kick, snare, and perk. Like literally just 4 sounds. I'm basically trying to copy what Pharrell did. Play just the drum sequence for you. Yeah, so nothing really to see there, but I think it's pretty impactful and it works for the track that Clipse has their flow on. I think that's the trick. The beat is simple. The sample is really has that depth and it just works. And coupled with a really good rapper flow, you got yourself a hit. It's definitely a vibey track. Is it good? I don't know. You be the judge.